Columbina hyposelenia, lay aside my body. Let it be cast into the dark night to illuminate the future. May it be a companion to all who dwell beneath the moon. Until the time comes for me to return home. That was crazy! Were we even allowed to see that? Is anyone? Can you still see?
I see 2 fingers.
Truly astounding, Miss Nefer. Your eyes have glimpsed the very ends of the world. Or is the credit for this miracle due to Miss Lauma? It's...
Surely you jest, Mr. Flins. I suspect we have Columbina to thank. There is always a great price to pay for witnessing the truth, but it seems
she chose the perfect method of getting a message to us. Though her eyes were always shut, despite being separated by time and space, we're seeing this.
We still don't even know if she's okay right now. But as long as there's a chance,
we'll get you back somehow, Columbina.
Well, based on the information we now have, let's figure out our next moves.
Thanks to these gentlemen, we have a much clearer picture of the situation with Dottore. The civilian population has been moved to safety, so we no longer need to hold back.
Miss Androne, how are the calculations going?
So far, so good. I'll keep seeing how far.
There's still a long road.
Our plan is clear. Time is short, so let's get moving.
There's just never enough time, is there? Time is the bane of my existence. All right, we'll do our part too.
Yeah.
Whose theory says that elemental energy can dilute the light realm's power. But I'm no expert in building elemental defenses. Sounds like something out of the advanced elemental theory section of the library. Whew.
You seem quite troubled.
Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't get a little flustered when they're completely out of their depth?
You were the very picture of confidence back when you approached the Hexen Circle.
Yeah, I could have been faking it through that whole meeting for all you know. Who's to say I'm not just a ball of nerves in a charming and gregarious package?
Oh gosh, really? I'm so sorry, I had no idea. Well, you're all the braver for it.
Still, I was much more in my comfort zone than I am here. At least in Mondstadt, you can cry for help from a cliff top and actually stand a chance of summoning Barbados himself. Things have never looked bleaker than they do now. If we don't pull this off, Tevat's doomed, isn't it?
Oh, you think so? Actually, yes. Yes, it probably is. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Tevat has faced annihilation many times in the past, but it also gave us you, didn't it?
Hey, don't give me that. It's not like I'm anyone special.
I disagree. Every human born in this world is special. We angels have always believed that.
In that case, this humble human being has a big favor to ask.
I thought you might say that.
I'm sure Alice, in her great wisdom, sent you here precisely to help us in this difficult time, yes?
Well, that has less to do with her wisdom and more to do with my power.
Of course, of course. Well, the thing is, these elemental defenses we're about to build, I don't think it's a question of if they'll fail, but when. Durin's findings from his patrols make it clear that Dottore is constantly expanding his territory. First, it's not realistic to completely stop him encroaching on the rest of Nagrai. Rather, our goal should be to stall him for as long as possible. If Miss Sandroni's calculations are correct, well, they're the closest thing to certainty we have in this situation, so let's assume they are. Anyway, her it's up to us to slow Dottore's advance and buy time for her to make a return.
Are you asking me to help you with building the
No. I'd like you to when he eventually reaches us, we will have to fight him. You were an angel once and a mage now. I'm asking you to lend us your protection.
Oh. Can I take it that you're triggering the terms you fought for during our three-way talks?
Well,
Your cash...
Well, yeah. The way things are going...
Very well. To tell the truth, Alice and I had already
This is... Wow. Yeah. This is great. Seriously, thank you.
It's been many long years since I had a chance to dazzle humanity with a little divine intervention. Anyway, Knight of Boreas, please accept this gift. Go now. May the angel's blessing deliver you safely to your destination.
You're here. Sandroni! Glad you asked. You two are about to become the first people to lay eyes upon my map. Hey! Whatever. Come. Wow! This meter displays the progress of my formula. Once it's finished... What do you mean? Deliver it? Whatever. I'll share the data. There. Wow! Look at that! You're amazing, Sandroni! About time you recognized my genius. Took you long enough. Anyway, that's all for me. You should check on that. Might sound harsh to you. I'm kinda stuck here while the formula's running. So I need you to be my second pair of eyes.
Here they come.
As we expected.
Get ready, everyone.
Take your positions. Let's begin.
I'm at the ready.
Be silent. Close your eyes. To dust.
Another one. You're tough.
Beware the creatures of the night.
No more lies. With one heart, we seek within. It all adds up. No more lies.
These creatures cannot stand against us. Oh,
fighting talk. Just don't let your guard down.
That goes without saying. I'm hardly the risk taker in this group.
Excuse me?
Coming to be, moments of birth. A turning point in fate! That was easier than I thought.
Naturally.
What do you mean? Is it because as created...
Bombs away!
With one heart, we pray.
The long sleep beckons. Be silent.
No more lies. Seek within.
Leave this.
People have always used fire to drive away wild beasts.
Wouldn't a lantern work just as well?
You read my mind, my dear friend. I was just about to say that.
All right, then, dear friend. Bring the light.
Forest?
The deception ends here.
Go! Wipe out!
By the frost moon of old.
The night cometh.
You're looking well. I trust you've had a good couple of days.
Dottore.
It's actually a good thing, in my view. If the subjects of my experiment were to die prematurely, and so, I must thank you all for your resilience. We are no longer on the same level, but you are nonetheless worthy of my respect. A creator god should be merciful and gracious after all. And in any case, it is only right that before I end your lives, the world is informed of the arrival of their new god. The experiment begins. With the marrow of the three moons in my hand, behold the false moon's fall!
Bombs away!
How inefficient.
For the everlasting forest, leave this place.
Observe.
Forest?
No more lies.
That's more like it. Some results
By the frost moon.
Close your
in.
You cannot face me! First, like an ant in my palm.
Steady now. Oh. Looking at the structure of it, it seems like Dottore intends to trap us here. There's no exit. Our endurance is about to be put to the test.
Entropy bends to me. Pathetic.
It all adds up. Can't hide the truth. It all adds up.
You cannot face me. Found.
Absurd.
With the marrow of the three moons in my hand, behold the false.
With one heart, the deception ends here.
Tell me, where will you try scurrying off to next?
Looks like Dottore has opted for a divide and conquer strategy. But we will not allow him to triumph. No, I shall pray for our victory.
Entropy bends to me. Perhaps you could try being a bit more proactive.
Can't hide the truth.
You cannot
It all
face me.
adds up.
Moon's remnants fall. Stalling for time.
Seek within. No more lies.
Be annihilated. That which cannot stand against me.
What's this supposed to be? A knockoff version of the space Columbina got trapped in? There really is no way out. We'll see about that, Dottore.
Pathetic. My apologies. I had not intended to take your teammates from you. Obey, and I can release them. An excellent deal, if you ask me. Won't you consider it? Reverse. I'm aware you've been working on some little tricks to surprise me with, but it appears that none of them have come to fruition. My guess would be that you're trying to bring Columbina back. But then, wary. I always found their friendship to be a curious phenomenon. Two highly incongruent personalities, and yet they share a deep connection. Speaking of Columbina, I once saw her as like a younger sister. We got along quite amicably while she was with the Fatui. But then one day she suddenly decided she would refuse to take part in any further experiments. To To this day, I truly don't understand what I... It's such a pity. I could have had a sister, a family. But alas, she grew to dislike...
You're not fit to be family to...
That I can't deny. So many people, all obsessed with playing out the same tired old dramas. This world is rotten to the core. And then there's you. You had every opportunity to reach the right conclusion. The thought of killing you off like this... But I maintain that I approached you in good faith, so I will offer you another chance. Will you work with me? You have until I count to 10 to make your choice. 1, 2, 3.
Not in a million years.
What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd join us.
You're as sick and twisted as ever. Don't fool yourself into thinking anyone's grateful for the chances you're offering.
Sandrone, the formula hasn't finished running yet.
Funnily enough, I was just discussing a collaboration opportunity with the Traveler, and then I see you, who I must say is a good example of an opportunity
Gone to waste?
I said that everyone would get one chance, and you've used yours to march right back into the lion's den. So yes, it's an utterly wasted opportunity.
And what makes you think I believe a word that comes out of your mouth?
I was planning on disposing of your little formula after wrapping up more urgent business here. Since you've taken the trouble of serving it to me on a silver platter, I can simply bring it forward in the schedule. Is this your life's work? This piece of trash? Your formula runs too slowly, Sandrone. You put your hope for success on others instead of fighting dirty. That is why you have failed. Now, whom should I slay first? Any volunteers? No one? How nice of you to leave the decision to me. Oh, how unexpected. Sandrone, any last words for me, comrade?
Is there anything you wish for?
Not really. But I've always known what I don't want. Go to hell, Dottore. No!
Wow, they're actually
Now
showing blood.
You have
Something
failed.
close to it. Wow.
Now you see how fragile mechanical contraptions are. Just a gentle tap, and they fall to pieces. However keen of an inventor Sandrone may have been, her death spells the end of the formula that was running inside her. Of course, I have to commend her for making it this far. As her colleague, I have to admire her stubborn tenacity. Now, it is time for you to take your place by my side. My count was interrupted, but the second chance I extended to you still stands. Once again, you are welcome to join me. By now, I'm sure you have gained a greater appreciation for the power and authority I wield. What is stopping? Not in the mood to talk? As you wish. You seem less talkative than usual today. I'll change the topic to something more apropos. Sandrone was always like this, never trusting anyone, always so reluctant to share her research with them. Objectively speaking, she had her strengths. It is remarkable how she extracted and even optimized the world formula from so much data. But her inability to trust was her undoing. Had she allowed someone else to monitor or run the formula for her, you might still have a chance at victory even now. But regrettably, she was a stubborn fool. As much as it pains me, she had to go.
Dottore. Maybe this is news to you, but people can change. Columbina surprised you when she escaped, and I think...
Change?
You can twist the truth however you want, but I see it clear as day. You're the one who can't trust other people.
Is that how you see me? By this point, what can you hope to do about it? It is pointless to fight on. You've already lost.
Wrong. You can't win this, Dottore.
What?
My formula can get us 90% of the way. It will connect you to Columbina. Then, I will bring the formula's output to the Traveler's side. For the last 10%, do whatever it takes. Just bring the moon down.
The moon will never be yours.
I turn my body into moonlight and pour it over Nodcry. My soul I leave here to inform my future friends. Lastly, I will hide the Trilune Authority within the Frost Moon. And when my body, soul, and authority are reunited, finally...
Columbina!
eyes are so pretty.
It's been too long. I'm back. Stay focused on the battle, traveler.
What a touching reunion. Though I personally find myself repulsed by the sight of weaklings huddled together for war. Now you're quite finished patting yourselves on the back. Show me how long you can or you drown.
Watch out, Columbina! He can manipulate space itself!
Wait for the right moment. We'll strike together.
Moon's remnants fall. Entropy.
Surge. You the new moon's blessing. The new moon shines upon you.
I am growing weary of your...
It's over, Dottore! Time to pay for your heinous...
No longer must the world cower in the cold night. Let the moonlight dispel the darkness. Everlasting as the moon.
Could shape the new world. Only I. Willfully blind. How can you be so satisfied with your fate?
This battle was never about fate. It's about friends, family, and the home you stole from them.
So dull. Only the weak rely on each other for comfort. You shall see. Once I transcend fate, you will be nothing but fodder for my grand experiment!
That will never happen. lights up this world once more!
This loathsome world.
No, this world is our home.
No, you're doing it wrong. The moon looks like this now.
What are you drawing, children?
The new moon, Mom. It looks different than before, doesn't it? Also... Can I go buy a sugar sculpture today?
All right. I suppose today is a special day after all. Almost like a festival.
Extra, extra! Get the latest Nasha Express here! Post-disaster report! Nasha Town reborn beneath a new moon! The voyage begins today! The future looks bright thanks to the League! What?
I knew that. They say a new moon goddess has been born. A new moon goddess? I guess, hey, since we've... Are you a convert? Oh, come on.
Come on! We gotta get there early, or... Shh, keep it down! This is a residential...
Hello there. Would you like a feast of the moon, along with some snacks?
So, what's new, Anefa? It was only a few... And I know too? What are you talking...
In the wake of the disaster, at times like these, the smallest...
And we're using eggs and heating tube. Anefa! Did you hear that?
That's because it's true, I know. Proposal. If you can resist eating today's dessert, I will provide you with compliments.
No! Well, I need something to get me through the hard time.
Mom!
Yes, dear.
Excuse me. Could I... She helped us get safely out of...
Oops.
Shall we move to the open space near the center?
Thank you!
Aren't you the better pick for this job, Flint's?
You underestimate yourself yet again.
Not at all. I rarely come by Nasha Town. I don't know any of the big shots here.
All in good time. Socializing.
But you're much further ahead on that road, aren't you?
You're not seeing the full picture. You know there is no question about it. The Lightkeepers need a representative in the League. Someone who is upright, cares about other people, and...
You say it like you wouldn't make the cut.
I am most flattered. Sigh a little less, Master Ilua, and have more faith in yourself. All the Lightkeepers agree that you're a very promising... That is precisely why Starshin and Nikita felt safe delegating such important work to you.
I'm sure we all also agree that we would sooner die of dehydration than manage to wrangle anything out of you in a discussion. Whatever. I'll take the job. By the way, who else?
Oh, it's quite the who's who of Nodcry. There's the moon. I'm sure you will find...
If you say so. I've never... But... I'll do...
An admirable attitude. We have the chance to band together and build our share...
Yeah. You're right.
Quite a few familiar faces have arrived.
You seem well rested.
I know no one's asked, but I'm sure you all want to know, so let me... Well, great, but not perfect. Starting to lose my mind from boredom. Can't drink a drop of alcohol while I'm waiting for my wounds to heal.
I'm sure you had a sneaky swig or two.
Wait, how'd you find out?
I'm sure you must be missing...
Yeah, you could say that again. Every time I get news from Mondstadt, it makes me want to go back and see the place for myself. Honestly, once things are wrapped up here, I think it'll be time to head back home.
Hey, looks like someone's taking the stage.
Can everyone see okay? Anyone need a boost?
I'll just listen.
You're taking this pretty serious.
Well, it's not every day that I get the chance to see how people
Soak it up like a sponge. I'll make sure you get a chance to practice for yourself later down the line. Actually, I know just the thing.
Mr. Varka, are you forgetting that I'm...
I can knight you. Any particular title you'd like?
Is he joking?
You'll have to figure this one out for yourself.
It is my honor to host the opening ceremony for the League, and to have this opportunity to speak to you all in my capacity.
Could this person also have been pushed onto the big stage by the real big shots? Guess I'm not the only one then.
We come here today, having weathered the trials and hardships of yesterday, and having learned from them the importance...
All right, here we go. Uh-oh, looks like...
Come on, get this speech over with already.
Nodcry is our home, the land we rely on for survival. And as we chart a course for the future, may we persevere through the storms ahead as we sail towards a new era of prosperity, freedom, and hope.
Looks like we'll have more opportunities to travel in the future.
I'm sure you'll cope, Lady Moonchanter, given how fleet of foot you are. Unfortunately, I suspect I'll be too busy at the Curatorium to act as your host. We have a busy schedule. Not to mention an international network of contacts to manage.
It'll be all right.
So giving my employees extra workload isn't enough for you? You're really going to drag my cat into this too?
I thought you'd approve. Columbina's return. As for the frost, it is up to us.
I like the word. I'm just not as optimistic as you. The Frost Moon Scions should count themselves lucky that they have a leader as stubborn and enterprising as you. But Nodcry's a big place, with all kinds of people. Most of them don't enjoy answering to a leader, or even listening to reason.
Well, that's where... Unless... the Curatorium of Secrets is only here for appearances.
For now, yeah.
What would make it worth
getting out more?
Then maybe it's worth it.
All right.
You'd be very welcome to join us.
Hey, you two! Congrats on all your hard work! What are you chatting about?
Nefer was trying to dissuade...
Sorry, what?
Your conversations are always the most interesting. Would you two care to join me for some tea before...
Aren't you gonna show up today?
Sadly not. I'm otherwise occupied right now. I'm sorry, Paimon. I can hear how, if it's any consolation, let me say that how things appear on the surface is a far cry from what they are at their core. Perhaps you'll feel better if you focus on the fact you have a special... Oh, no.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Not for the time. Just think of this as a general check-in to make sure this communication system is still running smooth.
You could have just said so. Paimon got all worked up for nothing still. The best friendships are built through face-to-face interaction. It's never gonna stop being weird having tea with you when you're not there and just talking to thin air.
All right, fair point. I'll bear that in mind.
Yeah. Any up?
Alice just informed me that they had their work cut out for them. And now everyone's thoroughly exhausted. The disruption caused by this disaster has made Tevat easier to detect from the outside universe. She plans to wait for things to stabilize. As for me, I agree with Hat Guy's perspective. This is a time we have to remain vigilant and ensure that the embers... I did notice that the energy in Nodcry changed somewhat after the War of Funerary Flame. But since it was still alive... It looks like I'll have to examine the connections between just doing my due. Of course! To give you the full picture, I'd have to start with the substance from which angels were formed. Never mind. Paimon's right. By the way, you did receive the gifts from the Hexen Circle, yes? They're quite similar to the...
Oh! So...
Indeed. We went to great length. Anyway, I'll contact... Oh, my angel. You should head to the docks next. Your friends are about to board their ship home.
Time for a break. Oh, this place looks perfect.
You're here.
You're here too, Hat Guy?
No. I'm bound for Sumeru, and she for Fontaine. We just happened to cross paths at the harbor. Everything seems fine. Sandrone may have an abominable temper, but she's always been very...
You always speak as if you know us inside out, Mr. Hat Guy.
Maybe I'm just a good judge of character.
I certainly hope that's all there is to it. Regardless, you have been a significant help in this matter.
I didn't do anything special. Sandrone's the one who completed a seemingly impossible formula and turned the tide of the entire battle.
Even we were unaware that Sandrone had hidden the real formula inside Polonia's body. She managed to fool Dottore into thinking the formula was running in her system.
She probably realized that she didn't have the strength to stop Dottore. But this...
Well, that's why I'm traveling to Fontaine. She made a request of... She said that should she ever fail in a mission, she'd like me to deliver her core and Polonia's to the Fontaine Research Institute. She also mentioned that she had made arrangements for people there to set her affairs in order. Some of her personal effects, such as her notes, were left to me. I've decided to take them back to the House of the Hearth. For safekeeping, primarily, but however, there is one book among them that I'd like to leave in your care. I'll have someone deliver it to your residence at the flagship at a later date. No. I was specifically warned not to tell her. This is her last wish, and I will abide by. I can only hope so. But none of us here can know for certain. I bade farewell to Columbina earlier today. As promised, she turned the iridescent moon's marrow over to me. She spent a long time with Sandrone's body, saying her goodbyes. Sandrone's passing has left a great wound in all of our hearts. It will take time to heal.
So I'm guessing Sandrone is not going to be a playable character. Alright.
But Columbina surprised me. She offered me some words of comfort before I departed. She never used to act like this. After these recent events, the Tsaritsa has revoked the Pale Star Edict. Snezhnaya now realizes that the arrest warrant for Columbina was just a ploy by Dottore, who coveted her powers. I shall return to Nodcry to see her as soon as I find the time. I hope that from now on, she too will explore more of the world. Columbina Hyposelenia's journey is only beginning. My ship, Traveler, Paimon, we shall meet again. You too, Hat Guy.
What are you still bumming around for? I thought today was the day you'd agreed with her to go find out. You're afraid you won't like the truth when you see it. Well, this is new.
Don't say that!
Fair point. They say blood's thicker than water. No matter what the truth turns out to be, finding the truth is important. At least, that's the life. What? Now that Dottoro's dead and gone? A little, I get. Maybe I regret not getting. Either way, I'm going back to Sumeru. Lesser Lord Kusanali is gonna need help dealing with all the chaos Dottori left in his wake. Not just from this incident. But you should continue with your journey, as you've always done. Who knows?
Columbina, we're here! Can't quite believe we're meeting out here. We've gotten used to walking over to Silver Moon Hall whenever...
Well, you're still welcome to go there whenever you want to see me. It's just, now that it's all over, I've decided to make some changes. Try and fit in with the Frost Moon Sun. The older generation are still timid around me. They don't dare get too close. And they bow their heads when I walk, but things are much better with the children. Hopefully, by the time the next Moon Prayer Night comes around, I can enjoy the festival with them as myself, without having to pretend that I'm only dressed up as the Moon Goddess.
You'll do fine, Columbina. I'm unsure.
You really think so?
We were...
I'm only teasing. I know that I have you to thank for pulling me back down to solid ground. It feels good to finally stand firm on the earth where I was born.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you. I'll make sure not to lose it this time. Well then, are you ready?
Ether, what happened to our spaceship back then? Why did you leave?
Can we finally get some answers? Please. I've been waiting like 3 years. Please give us some actual good answers.
It's time to learn the truth. I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Good. Then let me open the way for you.
Where does this lead?
To our shared destination.
Huh?
Do you remember me telling you about my missing prologue back when we just met? But while I was in the story of the time before I was born, was in fact, but when I obtained the Trilunar Authority and returned to our yes, your spaceship. All this time, it has been hidden on the Frost Moon, the great ruler of the firmament, the heavenly principles.
Wait, them? Why would they do that?
I don't know. Perhaps your ship contains something that is incompatible. Oh, did I pick a bad time to say this? Maybe I should have waited until you were on the moon.
That would have been kind of...
Take me there.
Oh?
Whatever is hiding, no one else has the right to decide whether I should or shouldn't know about it. Not even the heavenly principles.
Very well.
You two take care.
Rest assured, Paimon. We will. Thinking about the story that we'll find hidden on the moon.
Yes. And
stories like that don't... I don't believe in endings.
Where am I?
This is the pathway I built between Teyvat and the Frost Moon. The moon is very far away from us, so it could be a long journey. After I obtained the Trilunar Authority, I unwittingly saw past events from many of my friends' lives. One was Lauma. She was so young when they chose her to be the Moon Chanter. From then on, The Frost Moon Scions looked to her to bring messages from their goddess. But, for better or worse, I had left Hisi Island before she was ever born. It was not until much, much later that she met me.
I think it's for the best. Because of the way things turned out, you had the opportunity to become friends.
You're right. In that sense, I think we were both very lucky. Oh, and about that mage, Nicole. I only recently learned that she has lived in Tevat since the time of the Three Moon Sisters. The Moon Goddesses always had a good relationship with the angels. I suppose our friendship continues that tradition. And then there's Sandrone. I never knew that much about her, beyond the fact that she was created by someone called the Lord Artificer. She, too, suffered for a long time before joining the Fatui. How I wish I could talk to her again, even if only to hear her say nasty things to me. Also, I saw your sibling's story. I'm afraid I didn't see much. It seems that he rarely came to the surface, where the moonlight shines. But I did notice that back when you first set out on your journey, he would often appear nearby, gazing at you from afar with a guilty look in his eyes.
Ether...
Let us speak no more of the past. I probably shouldn't reveal so much about my friends. It's not my place. Let the moonlight carry us forth. We are very close now. After this, I'd like to bring some Kuhenki to the moon as well. If they're willing, of course.
What about your other friends? Will you bring them to visit too?
Certainly. But I'll need to tidy the place up first. This home hasn't received any guests in a long, long time. I remember writing something similar with you on Moonprayer Night. I believe it was called...
Dodoko's Whirligig.
Yes, that was it. You asked me if I was afraid to return to the moon, and I said that I was. The idea that I had gained something precious, only to lose it so quickly. That frightened me. But I'm not afraid anymore. Besides, this time, we're traveling together. we're here. Over there.
Whoa. This is fucking cool. We get to go to the moon? Yo, this is so cool. Imagine showing an early Genshin player this. You can see Sumeru. Dude, if I could access the in-game camera, I could zoom in on this. You get to see a bit of Sumeru, and I think up top is Mondstadt? I don't know. Fontaine? Whoa.
Our spaceship.
It's huge. I suppose that the moon is the only place one could hide it. It'll be alright.
Huh?
The way you feel in this moment. I went through it too. On Moon. Solitude for me once meant living a life in which even I was absent. But that night, solitude meant throwing away the life I had gained after meeting all of you.
Colin,
go. Retrieve the part of your life that was once lost. Trust me, you will lose nothing by doing so. Look, Teyvat is right there. All of our friends are down there, waiting for us.
You're right. Thanks, Columbina.
Finished?
Yeah. Why did you take your eye mask off?
Well, since my return, I've decided to take more opportunities to see the world with my own eyes. Besides, I've always wondered how Teyvat looks from the moon.
And what do you think?
It's beautiful. I could spend a whole day here just Kate. What about you? What do you think of the truth you found? I haven't looked at another person's expression in a long time, but...
Keep this up, and it won't be long before you give Nefer a run for her money.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm much more used to sensing what's going on around me with Kuvaki. I think I'll save my eyes for seeing special moments I really want to remember.
read the spaceship's flight logs. I always assumed that this was my first time in Tevat. I thought that Ether and I must have been hibernating in space for centuries on end, but the logs show that our spaceship flew over the skies of Tevat once before. A long, long time ago.
Flew over? So you didn't land?
No. The ship barely came to a stop before flying on again. After that, it continued traveling through space for a long time. Some of the data is corrupted, but I suspect that it kept flying for thousands of years. It was only after that that the ship made a forced landing in Nodcry. When Ether found me, he came from outside the ship. Could this mean that he left the ship long before I did? Maybe even during our first pass over Tevat?
Are you alright?
Yes. I can feel that the truth is. I remember Ether telling me that when he first arrived in Conria, he could not recall the past. So this might be something that even he doesn't know.
Here, I made some space for you. Your mind must be.
Oh, wait.
What is it?
Wait here a moment. Hey, Columbina.
Yo, no way. That's so cool. Her new outfit, finally.
Is that a new outfit?
An old one, technically. It's been in a cabinet inside the ship this whole time. It's a matching pair with Ether's. He always liked this set more.
Huh. I don't think there's a huge difference.
Really?
Yes. It's still the same you. You're the same person, no matter what clothes you wear. Traveler, do you consider Tevat your home?
Home is... yes.
Would you change your answer if Tevat changed appearance? I mean, if the truth...
I don't know. But I don't think the truth is not what matters most to me about Tevat.
When I was first born, I longed for a home. And when you get something before you're mature enough to understand the world, you just take it at face value. I thought that a home was a transaction. You give me what I want, and I'll do the same for you. But you and your friends taught me what a true home should look like. You never asked for anything.
That's because your friendship matters to us. It was worth it.
In the past, I thought that my birth in Nodcry must have been a mistake. But after journeying to the distant past where the story began, I realized that it was I who chose Nodcry to be my future home. Now, I am glad that I made that choice.
I'm sure your friends are just as glad.
In fact, I intend to make the same choice today as I did back then.
What do you mean?
Well, I've given the Eternal Moon's Marrow to Lauma, and the Iridescent Moon's Marrow to Arlecchino, and now, I shall return my Kuvaki to Nodcry again, that it may continue to protect my chosen home.
Wait, but...
Oh, I won't. Not this time. The Frost Moon has now entered the false sky, and I am the Trilune Goddess. I am only returning to Nodcry the part of me that it needs. I am giving what I can, because my home is worth it. Oh, and I have something for you, too.
For me?
Yes. Come closer. I lifted some of the restrictions this world placed on you. I trust this will help in your future adventures.
My power. It feels like it's grown. I can use the elements more freely now. Thank you. This will be a great help.
You're welcome. Here. This flower is for you.
Isn't this a moon prayer blossom?
Yes. Don't worry. You will never see these flowers lose their color again. I'm finally discovering the joy of giving.
Hey, better late than never. What are you thinking about now?
Why don't you take a guess? You get one shot.
I don't think I'll get it in one guess, but I'm sure it's a happy thought.
That's kind of a sneaky answer. I can't say you got it wrong. Down into that. The moon seems so far away. I felt it might always lie beyond my reach. But on the moon, everything feels so close by. The haze that once enshrouded the skies has finally been dispersed. I feel like a traveler on a winter's night, starting a new chapter in my tale by the warmth of a bonfire. I don't have a lot of luggage, but I do have a lot of hope for the future. Next, to start with, I want to stay here just a little longer. After that, let's return home and continue our journey.
These clothes bring back so many memories.
It goes on, like I said. This is not the end. I don't believe there has to be an ending. Oh. Most people would probably tell you to pack some warm clothes. But I experience things differently than most people. In fact, it is home to quite a wondrous heat source. I think they call it Kreshnik's torch. I sensed the end. I also recommend the Korolievsky troupe in Snezhnogrod. They give performances quite regularly, and entry was free for harbingers. I liked them a lot. Ice cold and sharp. Crystal clear in some ways, yet profoundly unfathomable in others. Like the thick layer of ice on top of a frozen lake. That's just the impression that Tsaritsa gives me. I was never able to glimpse. In fact, I don't think the people of Snezhnaya even know what kind of power their god wields. Maybe that's because the Tsaritsa herself has never acknowledged, nor accepted that power. Once things settle down in Notcry, I'd like to explore the world beyond Snezhnaya. You've told me so many stories about the other places you've been to, and all the friends you've made there. It would also help me learn more about the journey that has made you into the person you are today. Okay. As you continue on your journey, don't forget to gaze up at the moon once in a while. It is, after all, no longer an illusion. It shall cast down its true moonlight.
Alright, that's where I'm gonna end my video. Man, Genshin, they killed it with this one. They killed it. Absolute cinema. I'm gonna say it again. Absolute cinema. Alright, I'm out.